Okay, here we are. This is it. I'm drinking my coffee. That's the name of the show. That's the new show name. I'm drinking my coffee. It's really original. No one ever, because no one drinks coffee anymore. They're all like, let me smush up some mushroom powder. Or there's one that I saw that's like just dirt. It's like, hey, are you drinking coffee? Why not just put some dirt in a cup and drink that instead? And it's like, if they advertise that shit to millennials well enough, then a bunch of those dumbasses are going to buy it. And maybe I'm one of those dumbasses. Who knows? Maybe I'm drinking mud right now. But anyway, welcome to whatever this bullshit is. And, some of you may know, I've been single since last August, so a year now. Jesus. Yeah, it's been a whole year. It's felt like longer after being with the same person for a very long time. And so now I'm out there, I was with the same person since I was a teenager. And so now I'm some kind of age. Who knows? Nobody asked. Just kidding. I'm 34. I don't give a shit. I'll tell you anything. So yeah, Joshy's stepping into a brave new world of trying to date. And I mean, there weren't smartphones when or at least they were really new and not everybody had them. There sure weren't dating apps. There might have been okcupid.com or whatever the other one is for old people. What is that? Match.com? Is it just match.com? That sounds like a place for getting those little things we light candles in the bathroom with. But there sure wasn't Tinder. There sure wasn't all these other. Now there's like 17 different iterations, or far more than that, actually, of like, this is the dating app for people that have one dog and, they like the Jets or something, and like it's just for them. It's just for these people. There's like so many different. Hey, we're straight male and female couple, but we like to fuck furries or something. That's the new dating apps. Is getting further and further down the rabbit hole of particulate matter. Just kidding. That's not the right way to characterize it. Anyhow, dating apps are trash. Obviously, they're garbage. They're terrible and they suck. And I've never used them. Only joking, I've used them a ton to try to do what I don't know. The assumption is that Tinder is just for hooking up. But after having spent some time on there, not with that intent necessarily, but open to the possibility, still never happened, I don't know how any single human being ever makes a connection with another human being through that platform. Ever. Because there's such a wide range of people using it. There are clearly those that are, let's say, more attractive than me, or like these upper echelon dudes who are super ripped and, were born with, God's gift to women face. And those guys are obviously probably the ones slinging dick on there. And good for them, and, kindness and love to those guys. But there are also, there's a range of people who are like seeking their true life partner and they want to get married. They're looking for their soulmate. There's people who kind of treat it as a joke and don't seem to engage at all. There's all kinds of things. There's like desperate women who are just like, I'll take anything I can get at this point, and not as far as sex, but just like human contact with another person. Like, I'll take anything. And you see this kind of crazy look in their eyes. I've come to identify this kind of crazy eyes look just from profile pictures. It's like, when you look in the iris and whatever the colorful part that surrounds the iris is, I'm not an eye doctor, but you can see this vacancy of humanity, or just like this soullessness. And it's like, okay, well, obviously swipe right on that one. You know what I mean? I've come to realize, here's the most disappointing part, is that, you'll match with some gorgeous young thing who's like 25, and even to the point of going like, God damn, she matched with me? Shit, maybe I'm not so bad off as I thought, because she's out of my league, so to speak, even though I think that's an old, silly thing that is not true. This whole idea of leagues and people being, worthy of a certain level of attractiveness. Like, I think that's mostly bullshit. And anyhow, but yeah, matching with top-notch, gorgeous people, and then realizing, oh, she's actually just advertising her OnlyFans on here. She's using Tinder and basically just like matching with everyone, and then being like, hey, I'm not actually interested in talking to you, but if you want to subscribe, it's only $9.99 a month, and I'll show you my asshole. And so I sign up, because I gotta see it. Just kidding. I've never paid for OnlyFans, but not opposed to the idea. It's just like, you can get so much stuff for free. What am I going to do, And I think it's funny too, because I've also come to find, and I've used other ones, not just Tinder. Tinder sucks. I ended up deleting it, and it's just like, this could not make one significant human connection there, like I said. But it gets to this point, it's like, I don't know what people are looking for. And people are so, especially people in the ages of like mid 20s to 30s, I suppose millennials, but also like into the, whatever the fuck the demographic is anymore. People's inability to communicate well, matching with someone who based on their profile seems like a relatively well-balanced person and is like a real person with interests and depth and whatever it is. You see them in photos with friends. It's like, okay, they're social. This seems like a normal human being. And then me, I mean, those of you who know me personally know the kind of message I would likely send to initiate conversation. I mean, what am I going to do? Like, hey, nice ass, baby, you want to fuck? No. Of course, my messages are respectful, curious, open-minded, like asking them something specific that's in their profile about like, hey, it seems like you're interested in this. Tell me more. Super nice. And then with no response, they just unmatch. It's like, what the fuck? What was the magical sentence I could have said to get you to interact with me? What is this? What are we doing? And I do get the sense that some people are pretty socially anxious. This is not the case with everyone, and I felt this myself, but they'll match and then get nervous and like back out. I think that's at least part of the reason. I think also some people match based on looks alone and they don't actually read the bio or the profile. And then they look at my profile and they see that I have a child and they're like, I'm out of here. Probably in some cases. I'm sure that's happened. Need some water here. Need some water here. Okay, hope to never say that again. That's an episode 1 flaw only. I will never again state out loud that I'm going to drink water. I'm just going to drink water like a person. What am I doing? Here's the crossover of what almost every woman on Tinder, at least, let's just keep it to Tinder, almost every single one has these same things in common as far as their photos or their interests or what they say. Looking for my partner in crime, want to go on adventures. They're usually wearing yoga pants in at least one of their photos. They love white wine. They love their dog or cat, and they love binging Netflix. It's like, and that's so common. It's on an absurd amount of profiles because people have just been programmed to like the same bullshit as everybody else around them. And it's like, binging the fucking Mandalorian is not a unique character trait, okay? Liking Star Wars is not unique. I love Stranger Things. It's my favorite show. It's everybody's favorite show. I love Game of Thrones. Find something interesting to be interested in, okay? Don't just gobble down the same trash that everyone is, Have some uniqueness, like seek out something. Where's the weird people? They've got to be on there. I mean, and it's fine. I don't mean to be judgmental. I mean, I do a little bit because I think people are to a certain degree just being programmed and they're just not thinking. They're just not using their heads and thinking. And they're just like, oh, whatever's a new popular thing. Ted Lasso. Oh, he's so nice. Fuck you, And also it's fine if you like it and love and kindness and whatever. But, to me, it just seems so formulaic. It's so predictable. Don't you want to advance your life in any kind of interesting way? Don't you want to like set yourself apart from other people to any degree whatsoever? Or do you just want to really love baby yoga? Baby yoga. Yeah, baby yoga. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. Baby yoga. Does he have a name? Who knows? He's got his little black eyes. It's like, I swear that was a calculated move by Disney and Star Wars marketing people of just like, what's the cutest thing that will appeal to the lowest IQ idiots in the Midwest, and that will go viral. The rest of the story is kind of like so, but let's just make $1 billion off of a dumb little, little green guy. And maybe he's a girl. I don't know. Does he talk? What does he do? I've never seen it. And also the interesting thing along those same lines, Disney's been putting, and Pixar, they've been putting cute little cats in like every movie they do now, because they know, mostly this massive demographic of like adolescent to early 20s girls love cats that are so cute, and like cats are all over the internet, even though cats are like savage, disgusting creatures who spray surfaces out of their asshole, and like, are blood and flesh eating monsters who descended from, savage bloodthirsty creatures, and that they shouldn't probably like be in your house with your baby because they're going to kill your baby. But anyway, they've been putting cats in there just so that it becomes more popular or more viral, or they can make a dumb little McDonald's toy out of that cat. And it's a smart move, but it's like the Buzz movie has a little cat in it. Soul has a cat in it. Does Inside Out have a cat? I don't know. There's all kinds of cat stuff everywhere. There's like cats in all, the new Despicable Me. I know that's not Pixar. There's like a cat in there. Cats have been popular for a long time, but it's almost like they've found that that's a little element they can plug in to make more money and sell more plushie toys. And power to them, because obviously Disney is like a really great organization helping the world, and that, they're not going to eventually own everything and like know every piece of data about us, and that's really cool. And it costs $1,000 per minute to go to their amusement parks, which is also really cool, to interact with a bunch of non-existent cartoon characters that were just simply like basically marketing logos that were shown to us as children, so that we feel this sense of nostalgia when we see Tinkerbell or whatever. And it's like, it's nothing. It doesn't exist, but there's cute voices and music and memorable music and like people that dress up as them at the theme park, and we go, oh, I remember that. Hey, look, I remember that. I remember that too. Let me pay $500 for a picture with, Shmee or whatever from, or maybe a more current reference. 2 Peter Pan references in the row. That's not good. And also Tinkerbell was kind of fire. I mean, that skirt on her, god damn, that thing. I mean, her pussy was like right there. Goodness sakes, And have I ever looked up Rule 34 porn of Tinkerbell on the internet? No. And who asked? And why even bring that up? And also, it's not porn. It's like drawings by people on Patreon. And they're pretty fire. Yeah. But anyhow, interesting choice. Let's make her skirt as short as possible. How did I begin this? I don't know. Anyhow, dating apps suck. They're a big bummer. I hope that some people are able to find meaningful human connection on there. Personally, I have not been able to. I suppose I've had better luck on Hinge, but it's just, I've come to realize that's not the way to meet human beings that I want to put my penis into. And like, I'm being crude on purpose, of course. Like, that's a weird aspect of any of these things, is that it's like somewhere humming in the background from the very first moment you see a picture. There's at least, and like trying to make a connection, there's at least some part of my brain that is going, maybe I'll have sex with that person eventually. That's not the only goal. I do. I love deep conversation and real interaction, of course, and friendship and camaraderie and like doing fun things together. I'm not just out there trying to fuck. And believe me, even if I tried, I do not know how to do that. And like have not been able to even once, even if I wanted to have a one night stand or like a hookup. I don't have the information in here and the vocabulary to make that happen. I don't have the little magic spell formula to make that happen. So don't worry. I'm not a creep. I am a horny guy sometimes, but I think most people are horny people. And that we try to engage with that in different levels and different ways. But it's a strange world. It's a strange way to try to interact through the computer, through the little phone. And I don't know. I don't know. But mostly the decision lately, after a year of like engaging with these apps for a little bit and then deleting them and then getting lonely just for friendship or human contact, and like installing them again, swiping on some people, trying to message, they unmatch. I mean, that's the loop pretty much. So it's just like, what am I doing? Is this a good place to put my energy and time, or should I just try to go out into the world and interact with real human beings? And thankfully, as of late, that has been more productive. But it's insane, man. And I don't envy anyone who really is lonely for a partner or for friends that is trying to meet them in this way, because it's really clunky and messy. I do think a lot of people are socially anxious. I do think people don't always know how to interact, especially over message and over text, which is such a limited form of communication. And there's a lot of fatigue. I've heard this term, like dating fatigue or dating app fatigue, or there's probably an even more specific adjective or description for it. Not adjective. Oh, great. Throwing out the English terms. Okay, Josh, and you messed it up because that's not even the right one. Anyhow, people getting worn out by this experience because it is exhausting, and you put time and effort into trying to interact with a person, and then it just falls apart and it goes away. And then you're just back at square one, trying to start over with a brand new person and just being like, hey, I don't know, here's a limited version of my story. Here's what I'm interested in. What are you interested? Like, do you want to try to be friends? Are you going to value me enough to at least like pretend to be interested or ask questions? Like, can you value me enough to at least like give me the time of day to get enough time to even see if it's worth hanging out? I don't know. And what was the point of any of that? I don't know. This is what I'm doing now. I'm doing these little mini shows. And I'm going to talk about dumb bullshit. And so be sure to check back and come back for more dumb bullshit. And I don't know how often they're going to come out. But this is helpful to me. And hopefully helpful to you. And maybe makes you laugh a little. And makes you cringe a little. But I'm just trying to speak the most honest truth that I can. The way I see it. Hey, that's my show. The way I see it. Just kidding. And anyhow, was there anything else that I wanted to say? A lot of uhs at the end there. Don't like that. Next episode, there won't be any uhs or ums. No pauses at all. It'll be fully professional broadcast. And so that's what this is. Okay? Come back next time. I don't know how often these are going to come out. They're going to be different lengths and all kinds of shit. And sometimes it'll be occult, esoteric stuff. Sometimes it'll just be dumb bullshit stuff about my entire life. And sometimes there'll be guests again. But who's asking? Are you asking, Josh, what is this going to be? No, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. You just drink this down like your little bowl of Lucky Charms over there. Interesting way to go with it. Yeah, that's Lucky Charms. Don't know if anyone's eating those because the world's gone woke and you can't eat Lucky Charms anymore. One, because the little guy isn't even real Irish and so you can't do his accent. But also everybody's like vegan and anti-sugar and which is probably good. And so they're like, yeah, not Lucky Charms. We're over here at Natural Grocers eating fortuitous nuggets. that's the Natural Grocers version of Lucky Charms, and it's like little kale bites with oat yeast. I don't know, some kind of thing. Okay, bye. Thanks. Bye. Hey, thanks. Bye. See you later.